Hello guys, in this video we are going to learn how to analyze production issues. I will share some tips, tricks, how to analyze the production issues more efficiently. So let's get started. The first thing is that whenever you get the production issue, you should be calm because only calm mind can work properly. There will be a lot of escalation and pressure from the management, but the more calm you are, the more quicker you will reach to the solution. Second thing is don't make blind assumptions. So until you are really sure of something, then don't move into the conclusion. So that's the second mistake that people really do. So try to avoid that. So next is get production logs. Getting production logs is really important, and in the production logs what you should do is that you should get the production logs at the time when issue occurs. So this time is really crucial because you don't need to go through all the logs. So in the logs you should look for strike trace. You should also look for the log level distribution like info, ward, error, or fatal. And you should also look at the response time latency logs and look for slower queries and timeouts. While in the production, sometimes it could happen the issue could be due to this out of memory errors or GC pressures, CPU throttling. So you should always consider that factor. Sometimes the issue could also be due to this disk error. Sometimes you are trying to read from a file and the read is very slow, or you are trying to write to the file and the file writing becomes very slow. Sometimes you're trying to access a file where you have permission issues, or simply sometimes the file is not there. And due to this, there are sometimes the error in the logs, and sometimes the system behaves very slow, and sometimes it could also crash. Sometimes there could be a network issue due to this timeout or connection reset, or DNS resolution could also sometimes cause slowness in the production, or it could later on lead to the crash of the production. So to summarize, what I wanted to say is that you should always try to categorize the issue, whether the issue is related to this memory out of memory error, or it is due to the disk usage, or there's a network issue. So really trying to put the issue in a category would help you to resolve it faster. What you can also quickly do is that ask the operation team to revert the deployment if it is possible to resolve the issue. So sometimes there could be a new recent deployment, and after only that the issue could occur. So sometimes quick resolution is that if it is possible to quickly revert the deployment, but sometimes it is not possible because there are some other dependencies and you cannot revert the deployment due to some other concerns. Also, we can check if the issue is reproducible in the test environment or in the local environment. Because if it is reproducible in the test and local environment, then it's very easy to analyze and debug the issue. But if the production issue is really, sometimes the production issue can be really typical, and sometimes it could be complex that it is not easily reproducible in the test or local environment due to some data setup and the different environment setups. So in that case we should try to use some mockups in the local, and then try to see if we can reproduce this issue. The other thing you can do is that always inform the stakeholders about the step taken by you. This is really crucial, because I always see that people just write the email, or developers, they just write the email, okay, we are working on this issue. And then they get a lot of escalation from the management, or they are asked more questions, what are you working on, or why it is taking so long, and so on. So the best step is to always inform the stakeholders about what the steps you have taken till now. So whatever the steps we have taken from 1 to 5 till now, you can create a summary about it and then inform the stakeholders. And also always put the next possible steps that you are going to try, and also provide the information that when is the next update you will provide. If you follow this if you follow this step, and if you provide all this information to the higher management, then it will really highlight your that it will highlight your maturity, and it will really showcase then and this will help you to showcase yourself as a responsible and more professional person. So you should always give it a try and try to inform the stakeholders properly with all these information. So here I'm going to quickly tell you some of the tricks and tips. If the production issue is really complex, then you can really look into these areas. First is the time zone. Sometimes it happens that the time zone of the production and the time zone of the application is different, and it could cause a issue. And these issues are really difficult to identify. So you can always check if the time zone is causing an issue. Sometimes the caching causes the issue because some data is cached somewhere in the application or in the server, and and it is not getting refreshed. Then it could happen that it give you the wrong result. If you're getting crash on your production server, then the crash could be due to the load at a particular time. So sometimes it happens that the production crashes at a particular time. Then at that time, if you look, the production is very slow, but at the other time the production works really fine. So this could be the issue that the load is very high during that time. So you could analyze the load. Is the load is really significant higher at that time, and due to this some problem is occurring. Another issue which is really hidden is cloning. Sometimes the production is really slow, or not behaving correctly, or getting crashed is due to the cloning. Check if you're doing a cloning in a loop or not. So sometimes the cloning is done, you write a code and then you clone it, and then there's a for loop in it, and and it goes on and on and on, and it really slows down the systems and ultimately crashes the application. Another thing are the infinite loops. Check if there are some infinite loops in your system, or if there is a loop which is taking so long. And sometimes this resource intensive loops can also crash your system. So these are the some of the things that I have observed through my experience, that the issue could due to this the issue could occur. And let me know in the comment section that if you have experience with the production issue, and any interesting thing that you did to solve those issues. Thank you.